Hello, and today we'll be talking about the Mandela Effect. What is the Mandela Effect? Well, simply put, it is when something you remember clearly now no longer exists or has been changed. For example, you don't remember something correctly, like the name of a TV show or movie, for example. But then when you check back, it's different. However, the Mandela Effect is different. It's when entire communities or hundreds of people have remembered something wrong. It's not just you mixing stuff up, it's tons of people doing it. Take this for instance. What's the famous quote Forrest Gump said about life being like chocolates? Do you remember it? Have you heard it before? But most importantly, do you remember it correctly? Well, just write or type it out somewhere, and then Google it up. What do you find? Just one word, but a significant word that's different. So, movies we've seen might change over time, but not just for us. Many other people would also misremember these things wrongly, not just one or two people, entire communities, entire fan bases. That's all fine and dandy, stuff we know changing over time, but what about stuff we've not heard of? Well, some people remember watching movies or hearing songs that no longer exist or are drastically different to what they remember. In fact, there are even scarier things about the Mandela Effect out there. Let me give you some examples. The definitive example is the Berenstein versus Berenstain bears fiasco. Essentially what it comes down to this. Some people remember this classic children's bear as having a letter E in the Stein part of the name. However, the name is Berenstain and has always been like that. Now, whether you attribute this to a simple error made by a faulty memory, like most people do, or hell, even a Mandela Effect theory there is that states it's a parallel dimension shift. Like, all of the data and evidence of what you remember has changed because you should have died at some point, but you didn't. Now, like I said, the Mandela Effect happens to entire fan bases and communities. Want some examples? Well, aside from the Berenstein fiasco, there's the Tienanmen Square protests. Many people remember that guy being run over by a tank. Except he wasn't. They never ran anybody over. They pulled him aside, maybe they fried him in the chair for dissent or military obstruction, but that's something people remember wrong. Now there's another one too out there about Henry VIII, and that one is scary, disturbing, and just flat out plain weird, but that's something we'll get into later. This video only serves as a brief introduction to the Mandela Effect, something I'll be looking into greater detail in my other videos. So thank you for stopping by and I hope you enjoyed it. Damn it, those stupid Berenstein bears and their curly bracket faces and ugh!